2 hours, 10-0 win, Coach. I guess you got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, happy. Our guys came out. They were ready to play. Spivey pounded the strike zone. I thought we played really good defense behind him and scored early and often. I thought Hoover set the tone, just leading off with a single, and then they kind of took their time throwing the ball back into the infield. He got the second, and then Carter was trying to move him to third and drove him in. J-Dub 2-run homer, Mullen 3-run homer, and we just kept adding on, and Spivey just kept pounding the strike zone. So it was an awesome day.
I think you said something after the Old Dominion game about that being one of the most complete games you guys have played this year. You think this is kind of about the same performance?
Yeah, I think it was an awesome performance, and the thing I love about this team is guys are injured and other guys are just stepping up. JC being out, Ryan McChrystal's got a broken finger. He can play, but I'm trying to save him as much as possible. So a lot of guys are stepping up. Nowak's playing in the outfield, Clonch is DHing, and still rolling.
When Lane Hoover, takes that extra bag in the first inning, how does that just set up maybe how the rest of the game is going to go for you guys?
Well, it's just, hey, we're ready, and I thought I got the crowd into it. I thought the crowd was awesome. We need the crowd to be like that again tomorrow to go for a sweep.
Seeing how the team swept the field with this win, how did you manage to keep the guys engaged?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part.
Seeing how the team really swept the field with this win, how did you manage to keep the guys engaged with such a big lead?
Well, look, every day is an opportunity to get better. We talk about playing ourselves, not necessarily the opposing team, and we're just trying to play better baseball and continue to win games to put ourselves in a good situation down the road.
Coach, I know y'all don't want to rely on the home run ball, but is it good as the weather heats up and start seeing the ball leave the yard a little more?
Yeah, I don't want to rely on it. I thought that we were able to execute some things too, but definitely with 2 outs, 0-2 to Wilcox, and that's a big blow. That's a momentum swing for sure. And then Mullen with a 3-run homer. When they're more than solo shots, it's definitely a good thing.
Carter talked a lot about the defense, and I feel like Joey Barini's always sort of in that conversation, just with his range too. He gets to a lot of balls and made another nice play today. What have you seen about him defensively?
He's just a gamer. If you watch him in practice, nothing really looks like pretty when he does it, but he's just a gamer. He's always in the right spot. It's a hell of a play up the middle. I know we didn't turn 2, but just to get that guy. Hoove is playing great defense, whether it's in center field or left field. And I just thought Mullen made a really good play down the first base line too, just to get a guy, get the guy out at first. So Coach Palumbo does an awesome job with our defense, and we're playing well right now defensively, which is awesome.
Not the eye-catching number of strikeouts for Spivey, but as efficient as basically a starting pitcher can be, that's got to make you smile.
Yeah, and I told you guys a couple weeks ago, I don't give a crap about strikeouts. I care about that number that's on the scoreboard, which is 0. So if we only strike out 3 guys and put up zeros, I'm all for it.
He said he took a baseball off the face, so for him to come back and pitch like that.
Yeah, we ain't taught that. So we're good at getting hurt right now. So he was walking down here, and some guys were playing catch, and it wasn't like a thrown ball. The ball hit the edge of the turf here and kicked up where the guy couldn't catch it. And Spivey just happened to walk around. So Jeff came out and said, "Hey, I think you need to go check on Spivey," and he's got blood coming all down his face. And I didn't think it was broke. I know I'm not a doctor, but it wasn't like sideways, and it was just a little gash there. So I was like, "Oh, he'll get stitches," and then he came back with stitches and a broken nose. And our trainer said that he could play as long as he didn't have a concussion. So I'm glad he didn't have a concussion because he pitched great.
Outfielders talk about the ball looking different, from the corner as opposed to the center field off the bat. What does it mean to have so many guys like Wilcox and like Hoover that can play both in the, or not Wilcox, and JJC and Hoover that can play center outfield as well as in the corners?
Well, we kind of were struggling to find a guy to play center field. Riley Johnson is a lockdown defender in center field, but sometimes you want to have a little bit better offense. And Hoover, I think, played a little bit there in 19. I'm not sure, but I just said, hey, can you play center field? And he hadn't worked out there a whole lot, but that's one thing we take pride in with whatever position. Like infielders move around. I mean, AMAC could play anywhere on the infield, and he also can play in the outfield. That's a luxury to have. Carter Cunningham can play all 3. Nowak could probably play all 3. So Hoover can play all 3. That's a good luxury to have, to put different guys in the lineup.